The Law Factor with advocate Clarence Arenas-Gandawa.
Greetings of the day. Police discretion is meant to be judgment, measured, reasonable, bounded by law. But across Africa, discretion has become something else, a license, a shortcut, a shield for abuse. A stop becomes a search becomes a threat becomes an arrest, and an arrest becomes a punishment. When discretion has no boundaries, citizens have no protection. And when citizens have no protection, the Constitution becomes decoration. The everyday abuse of reasonable suspicion. The phrase reasonable suspicion was meant to protect the public. Instead, it has become the most misused phrase in policing. It is invoked to justify roadblocks without cause, searches without warrants, arrests without evidence, detention without charge, harassment of youth, vendors, activists, profiling based on class, appearance, or location. Suspicion is no longer reasonable, suspicion is convenient. And when suspicion becomes convenience, policing becomes coercion. Let's look at a case study, the student in Kampala. A university student in Kampala was walking home after evening lectures. Police stopped him. They claimed he looked suspicious. They searched his bag, they found nothing. They demanded his phone, he refused. They arrested him. He spent 2 nights in custody, no charge, no evidence, no explanation. His only crime was refusing to surrender his dignity. This is the danger of unchecked discretion. The law becomes optional, rights become negotiable, freedom becomes fragile. Judicial responsibility. Courts must draw the line. Judges must treat police discretion as power that requires boundaries, not blind trust. Courts must demand clear justification for stops, evidence for searches, written reasons for arrests, limits on roadside detentions, exclusion of evidence obtained unlawfully, accountability for officers who abuse discretion. A court that excuses abuse invites more abuse. The robe must remind the uniform that power is not ownership, it is stewardship. Let's talk Parliament. Legislating the limits of power. Lawmakers must define discretion before discretion defines the nation. Parliament must enact laws that require standardized stop and search procedures, mandatory body-worn cameras, time limits for roadside detentions, independent complaint mechanisms, public reporting on police conduct, penalties for unlawful searches and arrests. When Parliament is silent, the police write their own rules, and rules written by power rarely protect the powerless. Public education. Citizens must know their rights. A population that does not know its rights cannot defend them. Citizens must understand police cannot search without lawful grounds. You may ask for the reason for a stop. You may refuse unlawful phone searches. You have the right to legal representation. You must be charged or released within lawful time. You can report misconduct to oversight bodies. Rights are not self-executing. They must be exercised. They must be spoken. They must be defended. Radios, churches, chiefs' councils, community halls, these must become classrooms of constitutional power. Eswatini in focus. Discretion as a quiet threat. In Eswatini, police discretion often operates in a legal gray zone. Current realities include roadblocks without clear cause, searches conducted without warrants, phones seized without legal authority, youth targeted based on appearance, activists monitored and detained, limited avenues for complaints, weak oversight mechanisms. This creates a climate of fear, not a climate of safety. Eswatini must reform policing practices before discretion becomes domination. A constitutional state cannot rely on unwritten rules. Power without boundaries is not authority, it is danger. Police discretion must be guided by law, not by mood, by evidence, not by assumption, by the Constitution, not by convenience. A nation is safest when its police are accountable and its citizens are protected. Do not fear the uniform, fear the absence of rules governing it. Do not reject policing, demand lawful policing. The law moves forward, you must move with it. See you next Thursday. The work continues.
Springfield Law Clinic, justice defined, rights protected. We are here to serve.